want this.
Yeah, I'll do that thing.
There you go. Since I've already proven I don't have an ability.
Yeah, this did make me feel powerful on my tippy toes. Hello?
No. No.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Afro? Hi, guys. How many of you were here earlier to see my film? I don't want to duplicate anything. Okay, how many were not? You probably thought I was good at math. Okay. All right. What time is it?
2:13.
I feel like I'm already naked, so I don't have to take any clothes off. But I'm just going to do poetry. I'm not going to ramble. But the thing that I wanted to say, I wanted to thank everyone who did come up here, especially the ones who hadn't done it in a long time or have never done it. And my God, that poem, Bones. First of all, Claudia, I know her from Chicago, but I didn't know nothing about her. And so I liked your story. I like your mama. I like your grandmas. I wish I had them. And Lee, that fucking Bones poem, she actually sent me that poem, gave me the privilege to read that poem months, almost a year ago. And it is still one of the most brilliant poems I've ever heard in my life. And I'm so mad that you wrote it. I wish I wrote that poem. My hair is thick. I can't use everybody's comb, and I've done some fucked up shit. I'm not welcome in every home. I am the bastard seed of two rebels. My last name ain't even Stone. Sometimes I just don't want to talk. I don't ever answer the phone. I got some issues make me as dangerous as a vampire. I got need could suck so hard on you until we both expire. I'm not always in the mood to write a poem that can inspire. So this is me playing with my extremes. I love to play with fire. I watch Forensic Files a lot, and now I think I know how to be a serial killer. Pimps put their ass 6 feet below. I dream put my good girl to sleep and let my monster grow. But the only thing that stops me is the science. I would end up on the show. I feel the urge to do most of this like my predecessors. Take the time to tell you my thinking so you don't have to guess or make assumptions about my life. It is impossible without connectors. I'm not just one, I am many beings. I've never been just what a mirror reflects or conjures up like some racialized image I must feel attached to. Sometimes this is just skin and bones I used to fly away from and then come back to, and my doctrine dictates I will never be free, not as long as I like you, and you, and you. And I think you like my poetry, but I find it hard to believe that I really got you. To think longer, harder, more critical about our situation. It seems we are the only living things we do not contemplate with concentration. Now, if this were a pussy poem, we skip over the foreplay and go straight to ejaculation. What I'm saying is we do not linger in the living. We only crave the destination, and I am always in search of awkward black girls who think like me. Who in the darkest hours strip naked in the mirror, they shit do stink like me, who as the sun rises reaches out with bruised arms to link with me. And in the shadow of ancestors much greater do cower and shrink like me. Dear Holy Mothers, it has been at least 6 months since my last confession. I've been using this poetry like it was mine instead of a divine blessing. I found myself reading places and alongside folk I should have been protesting. What I'm saying is I will speak what you give me. From now on, I will ask the questions because for all we know, dogs might be cats and birds might be bats. Maybe there's no such thing as fat. I may not even be black for all we know. Because we only know everything we've heard, and perhaps what I'm saying may sound absurd, but do you know the real definition to these words, or do we just follow like cattle herds? Nobody really knows anything. We are all guessing. But I'm humored by the folks who read the books, think they're the teachers of the lessons, like there's only one way to live life, and everybody else needs confession for all we know. Everything we see right now may not even exist. Maybe the doctor injected that cancer into my sister's system. Maybe rape is really murder with a psychological twist, and every thinking girl is on the FBI's most wanted list. Maybe girls are really boys. Maybe Barbie's a bomb disguised as a toy. Maybe silence is the loudest kind of noise, and maybe tears is how I express my joy. Maybe daytime is really night. Americans' bombs versus poor villages. Now, that isn't really a fair fight. But we're creating darkness that we think is light. Now, you could suppose that I am crazy, but suppose that I am right. Maybe I never really did survive the rape. Maybe this is a reality show and we all dead and on tape. Maybe this is a prison from which I would never escape. Maybe most of the loving I got was really hate. And maybe boys were never really stronger. Maybe orgasms were meant to last longer. Maybe it's an experiment and they just call it a thong. Maybe the birds ain't really singing any songs. Maybe the sun is really the moon. Maybe birth in July means I die in June. Maybe the one thing that's going to save us is inside this room. Maybe it was Jim Crow back in the day, but today it is cartoons because there's wicked purpose in creating cartoon girls with sex appeal. Cartoon girls washing cartoon dishes and cartoon 6-inch heels, and I'm in confidence in girls before we can even learn to feel, drawing bikinis on girls who ain't even real. Maybe I don't feel no more shame. Maybe I'm just tired of playing all y'all fucking mind games, and maybe you ain't gonna never see me smile through my pain. And forgive me, God, if you're really there, but maybe the first coming never came. Maybe Mary actually had sex and Jesus wasn't born in no manger. Maybe next to my sister is why I feel the most danger, because if you pretend like you don't see me and you treat me like a stranger, I can love you, but I got to remember that I can't change you. I know I'm tired of being around girls who ain't asking no questions. So with the nerds and the crazies and the outsiders, please seat me in that section, because I cannot live in a world that is not privy to my dissection. Because for all we know, dogs might be cats and birds might be bats. Maybe there's no such thing as fat. I might not even be black for all we know. How y'all doing?
Great.
Body of Rooms, which is the title of my book and my DVD. Those of you who were here earlier, you've already seen and heard this poem, but I like to do this poem to locate myself, so that I make sure that because when I do a poem like that, I could walk out of here right now and I feel very, very fucking powerful. Not vulnerable, but very powerful. And they're they're in relationship with one another for me right now. And if I don't do something and give you some piece of flesh or something, I feel like I left out of here and bullshitted you. Okay? So, like I said in the film earlier, the mad girl's easy. I can do her all day long. But to give you the pieces that hurt me, that's the kind of life I want to live. Because that's the thing that saves me. Y'all good?
Yeah.
I hate saying that when it's mostly white in the room. It always makes me feel like mammy. So let me just say this. I'm not taking care of anybody. I'm not to. I'm a woman. I'll do that first. Woman. A woman. I am a woman. Because I am a woman. Raped. Because I am a woman. I was raped because I am a woman. If I had been pimping down the boulevard and grabbing my shit and trying to play hard, he wouldn't have come closer than 100 yards. But y'all know now that's not how the chips fell. I imagine him now chain smoking coos in his cell. And here again, I stand with the story to tell. Once upon a July night, he happened upon my young girl's life. And though I long to tell you there was a fight, my death reflected in the blade of his knife. He raped me. And I wish I could stand here and tell you that I am already healed and the trauma vanishes like aches in a bottle of pills, but the truth is I'm just now catching my breath and still learning how to feel, but now I can feel raindrops now and not mistaken for my tears. And even though I missed Lydia's workshop this morning, I can hear footsteps in my ear, and they're not always real, and I learned how to make love again. learned how to make love again after being fucked for so many years. Woman. A woman. Am a woman. I am woman.
Yeah.
Everywhere, all over up in here. Because I am a woman. I am surviving because I am a woman. Thank you. I'm so old. I haven't done it. I would write that differently today. I just want to say that. Since I wrote that poem, we added like 5 more letters. 5 more letters. That's all I'm going to say. Step careful into this house I am, this body of rooms. If I don't break up the boards of these floors, shatter open these windows and doors, this body shall become my tomb. I walk myself like a hallway. In each door, my finger traces. In these rooms, a woman is not living and a little girl needs forgiving. I got to restructure this structure into fleshly spaces. So I'm releasing the birds that have dreams and letting the sky catch the screams that I thought would just crease beneath floorboards. I'm going to let these demons tear my scenes in light. They're not the dark that they seem. Mere remnants of the pain and shame that this poet hoards. A little black girl lives in that room. And I ain't been in there in a while. She could ride up in my ear, whispering stories I don't want to hear. And how could I be scared of a little child every time I open the door to that room? She's got this heavy need that looms. She plays hide and seek to make me guess. That little girl needs more than I possess. I don't go in that room. Because she got this closet that has floors that are made of quicksand where she plays games with this grown man that's well-respected and known man, and he ain't got no kids of his own, man. He likes to tickle and touch her little stone, and my God, just leave the kids alone, and this little girl that made a clone and another, so she ain't alone, and she ain't got to hear his grunts and groans, and I can't save her now because that bird is flown. And so all these tiny drones and clones, they play inside that room alone, and I stand outside that room like stone. I let them pretend I'm never home. I tiptoe past that room. Across the hall is a lady you probably heard about. Some insane lady that screams and shouts a lot of rage that I would rather live without. Now every time I open that door, she cusses me out, calls me a coward and blacks me out, and I pretend like I don't know what she's mad about. But she want to pick me up and shake me out so all my bullshit falls right out, and she can live a life without so much to say, without a mouth. And being haunted by the little girl across the hall who laughs so loud, flinging blood on the wall. She's the kind of kid that plays with ropes and dolls. She tears on the edge of these halls like a too-high cliff and she's about to fall. There are many wild girls and women that this rigid structure consumes. This house is not a house. This is my body of rooms where dreams split apart, birth in black roses that bloom and climb and twist vines. This house is no tomb, and I care not if you love what you find in these rooms. I care not if you return or you're prone to dim in lights, because I'm writing for the old woman who roams my hallways at night, thinking she's nothing except despair and doom, but I'm not going to let her die, living only pain is heirloom, believing our hallways are safer than living these rooms. These beautiful rooms, my beautiful rooms. I am opening the door to my chaotic rooms because this house is not a tomb, and this black rose will bloom. I am making a home of this body of rooms. Thank y'all. One more. It might come as a surprise to some of you, but I am a feminist. I'm just going to do this one because I want us to know that it's not just 50, 60 years that women have been using our voices and trying to break silences. We've been doing that shit for hundreds of years. So Johnny Truth did that shit. Harriet Tubman did that shit. You know? So, and that's where I come from.
Yeah.
I need you to see them and know that the work didn't just start when we started. We ain't did nothing new. Okay. I am a feminist. I stand unapologetically for all rights to women. I use women-centered vision to identify my enemies and my friends. I don't believe that any kind of same-sex loving has ever been a sin. I should make it home safe each night, even if my clothing is just my skin. I believe that women will rule the world. I don't know how and I don't know when, but I am a feminist. And I'm tired of all men who wish to trouble, who try preventing this. And I'm tired of white girls who really believe y'all alone and invented this. And I'm tired of girls of color who only see you white girls and keep resenting this. And most of all, the media who paint us all in angry and strange, demented this. There is no mystery. They are not trying to hide their desires. They want to turn back the hands of time, maybe set the crosses back on fire. My right to choose, separation of church and state, abolish all that has transpired, and daddy's in jail for putting mama through hell, and all the babies are getting higher. And it's not that I'm not concerned about brothers. I just ain't got the time. I'm preoccupied by women's safety, and we ain't doing all that fine. I know too many girls who are losing. A lot of women are crying. I don't feel inclined to pacify men when all my sisters are dying. I am a feminist, but I'm a womanist. I got to add that color to keep it real, because I deal with shit on ghetto streets they don't talk about on Capitol Hill. And I can't always afford the abortion that I need because I couldn't afford the pill, and sometimes my struggle got me in Target looking for tampons to steal. Now, there are needs that I have that white feminists do not talk about. It usually leaves me behind to maintain illusion, to maintain clout, but when I'm dying every day on malnourished streets, I don't hear them scream and shout, but you call my name with not enough shame when it's time to bring some color out. Now, the white sister that I stand with, I still don't trust you with my soul, because I still imagine you bossing some black maid when you were maybe 4 years old. And I still imagine how many slaves your ancestors may have bought and sold. And I watch women weave my prunes in shock as if my brain was some I stole. I've met white feminists who I could tell thought they were stunning to me. Hands filled with access and funding, but they do not come running to me, crying liberal tears, making left-wing promises. That shit is cunning to me. Because they live in white homes with white men who are always gunning for me. And if you don't stand up for me, who's gonna do it? And sister, if ever I can get the door open, then it's you I want to walk through it. If you think loving women means hating men, you misconstrue it. I just don't trust his ass. Every time I tried, every time he blew it. I'm a woman and a feminist because y'all paid that role for me, us. And they stood and they braved and carried a heavy ass load for me. And the woman was brave and she stood up and she acted bold for me. And my life is saved by all the women's stories today that have been told to me. My name is Anina J. Don't ever fucking forget that I am a feminist. Thank you.